back. It's another story time with Robert. I wore the shirt because I was hoping to do the zigzag on the screen the whole time, so it would like distract you. Actually, I played golf today. So I was thinking about another story time with Robert, and man, I had no idea that the cassette tape would hit such a button. It really didn't. Man, I should have saved that one for later. I should have built up a little bit better than that. But thanks for all the comments. I'm glad y'all can relate to that. So I got to thinking, what am I going to do after that one? It's like being in the talent show and little Elton John is next, and you got to follow that one, and you're like, I got to go after him? No thanks, I'm done. But in an earlier video, I mentioned my mom. I'm like, my mom could make a pretty cool, funny video. So Mom, before I get started, I love you. I think you're the best mom in the world. And thank you for everything. And before I get started, my mom, true story, my mom is 16 years old when I was born. So she's 16 years older than I am. I mean, think about that. Think about a 16-year-old having a baby. How's my mom? My youngest sister, I am 16 years older than she is, and I can't imagine being a father at 16. And we didn't have a lot growing up. She did the best she could. She's a kid. And we grew up on a farm. And we grew our own food, we canned our own food, so we didn't have much. And if we did, it wasn't the name brand stuff. So I remember being in like 5th grade, elementary school, waiting in the car rider line. I had a couple buddies, they were twins, Jason and Michael. I remember my mom coming to pick me up. She got out of the car and she went and talked to one of her friends in the car rider line or something. And I remember Jason coming up to me and going, "Is that your mom? Your mom's hot, ain't she?" I mean, what are you supposed to say to that? Like, thinking about it now, I could go back and go, Jason, and be like, what are you asking me that for? It'd be like me coming in going, "Hey, Jason, your sister's hot, ain't she?" Oh, sorry. I'm like, yeah, my mom's hot. That's my mom. What are you talking about? She did the best she could. She was, think about it, 21. She couldn't even drink. Well, she probably drank when she was 16. I'm gonna tell you the truth. But she did the best she could. I love you, Mama. But we lived on a farm. I mean, I remember when I had people over to sleep over. My suburbia friends. They'd come over and they'd be like, "Whoa, you can like go pee in your front yard and nobody would see you." I'm like, you can do a whole lot more than that. Wait till you see the backyard. We didn't have neighbors for like 5 miles. So you could do a whole lot. They'd come over and we didn't buy the name brand stuff. If we had to go to the grocery store, she would buy the, generic stuff. Remember our friends would wake up in the morning like, "Hey man, you got any Honey Nut Cheerios?" "I don't know, let me go check." "Hey, I got some Honey Nut Toasted Rounds." Pretty good. "How about some Raisin Bran?" "Nope. I got some Raisin Flakes sitting right over here. They're not stale yet." What about Pop-Tarts?" "Nope, but we got some toaster pastries." Toaster pastries. Blueberry. Okay, I'll have some of that. After breakfast, we go out and play, tackle football or smear the man with the ball. That was a fun game. You get the ball and you get like pummeled. Beat the crap out of them. Fun game for boys. My sisters came along, it wasn't fun for them. We'd be out playing, your kids. Mom, you boys thirsty? Yeah, Mom, can I have a Dr. Pepper? We ain't got no Dr. Pepper. We got some Dr. Perky. Can I perk you up? 10 cents a can. I ain't paying 50 cents, 10 cents. Dr. Perky. You buy that stuff, you had to drink it within like in a month because it started eating through the can. Dr. Perky. I remember going to school and seeing the kids with all their little shiny full pouches with the little straw that goes in them. The Capri Suns. And they'd be sipping on them, maybe go. Oh. It's like instant sugar rush. And I'd be looking at them like, I look down and I have the little plastic jugs. You know what jugs are, don't you? The little plastic shaped like wooden barrels, clear plastic with colored water in it. It's like transmission fluid. You drink it. You're like, you can color water all you want to. It still tastes like water. Reminds you of those little plastic bottle soda bottles that you used to get. They're not plastic, but they were wax, and they had a little liquid in them. And you get them, and you just drink them. You'd be like, "Oh, that's terrible." My mom would be like, "You're supposed to just put the whole thing in your mouth and chew it. It's the wax, and it just flavors the wax." We'd be like, "Oh, what does it taste like? I can't taste nothing. It's terrible." That's what the jugs were like. I mean, they were terrible. I remember my mom saying, "They're the same thing. They're just cheaper. Same as the Capri Suns. They're just cheaper." So I got invited to a birthday party once, and they had coolers filled with Capri Suns. This party. So I go over and I get me one. I take my little straw and I jab it in that thing. Start slipping on that. Also, I find my mama and I'm like, "You lied to me, woman. This stuff is fantastic." So I know where the phrase came, "It's so good you want to slap your mama," came from, because I'm like, "Woman, you better go wait in the cars. I'm about to slap you. You lied." I love Capri Suns. Wasn't nothing like the jugs. I know they were expensive. We didn't have all that. My mom, bless her heart, she was about 5 seconds away from being a really good psychic. I've been like, "Mama, you almost close to being on one of those 900 numbers, making money." 5 seconds away. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Mama or sisters will be in there in the bathroom, they leave a cabinet door open, and you have to sleep walking in, all of a sudden there's a cabinet door open, and you're like, boom! Oh! Mom be like, "Be careful!" Oh! Thanks for the heads up, woman. Golly! Best one is where you walking in the bedroom and your sheets are over that little bedpost and you hit your dang big toe or pinky toe. Pinky toe's even worse. Oh, golly! Watch it! Dang. Done hit my head, my toe. Woman. Hey, thanks for the warning. It's about 5 seconds too late. Thanks, Nostradamus. Yeah, got a real career there. I do the same thing with my kids. I'm like, you know, my oldest, she was walking through the carpet the other day and she stepped on one of them sewing needles and it went in her foot. She's like, oh, oh. And I'm like, you gotta watch your step. And I thought, oh golly, I'm turning into my mom. Sorry, sweetie, let me go get the pliers. You know, we turn into our moms, don't we? Or our dads. I kind of got a mix of both. Let me fire this thing up. A little windy out here tonight. But I remember she's not very good with computers even now. I mean, she's better now. She don't have to have a computer. She's got her iPad and her iPhone and her YouTube TV and all that. She knows how to work most of that. But I remember back in like the late 90s or early 2000s. See, I've always been on a Mac. I'm an artist, so I started in 96 on a Mac. I remember in late 90s, I'm like, she had the Windows, the Microsofts, or the HPs, or whatever they were, the PCs, we call them. I had a Mac. I remember my buddies coming up art school going, you want a Mac? Yeah, I got a Mac. Cool. They awesome, ain't they? Yeah. We in the club. We in the Mac club. We're like the 1%ers. They were easy. You just like point and click and it just works. I remember telling Mama she'd buy all the PCs and I'd always have to come over and try to fix her computers or do something. And I didn't know much about it. I'm like, Mom, you got to get a Mac. She goes, well, this is what the guy told me I needed. I said, well, look up a Mac. Oh, she said, good golly, it's like 3 times the price of this thing. I don't want that. I'm like, you're going to be sorry because I can't work on this thing. I don't know. Sure enough, we moved up to Charlotte. She called me. She said, I think I got my computer. I need you to, you think you can help me? I said, what's going on, Mama? She goes, well, I tried to hook it up and I got everything hooked up right. And the computer says it can't see the printer. She says, I got the monitor pointed right at it and it's looking right at the printer and it's saying it can't see it. I don't know what's going on. What do you say to that? I told you, Mom, you should have got a Mac. You wouldn't even have to point the monitor at it. Now she tells me, I should have listened to you. I should have bought stock in Apple. They just exploding. I'd be retired by now, not having to work. I'd have people waiting on me. So I said, that means I'm a better psychic than you are, Mom. Told you. Should have bought stock in Apple. You remember when I called you and told you you needed it? Yes, I know. I should listen to you. Anyway, Mama, I'm glad that, you know, I wouldn't change a thing about you. And again, I wouldn't have any material if you were different, so thank you for that. And I will see you shortly. I'll be down to visit you. If you ever watch my videos, don't comment, because they'll make fun of me. When you comment on my videos, Mama, they'll just start commenting. They will.